they were facing a crisis where we may have lost most of our special teachers, which is our music, our art, our bands, and technology, library, all those things that for me and most of our kids we look forward to as much as math class. Annual Fund is an organizing group of parents that really, again, if there's a need or the school calls for a need or a teacher calls for a need, they're there, and to me, their vision or their action is about what's needed, what can we do, let's do it. And so they heard the call that some of these things were going to go away, and so they formed this partnership and support for us.
This is such a great school, and the reason we have some of the resources that we have is because of the annual fund, because we have parents and staff members who are willing to push so that our students can have what they need.
Our running festival was most recent, and that is totally separate support with enrichment funds that will help.
Annual Fund is the group that does all the fundraising for the school, and so I'm chair of the Running Festival, which is the main source of income for the Annual Fund to do all the projects that we do.
This year our shirts say Running for Enrichment because all the money is going to be divvied up between all the grade levels, and the money is going to go towards enrichment.
Because we are not a Title I school, which means you do not get funding from outside sources or are able to go places complimentary. Because of this fundraiser, we can have that kind of enrichment. We can go on field trips. We can have the kids who may not be able to go on a field trip be able to be a part of something that that is free because of the annual fund.
They want our students, their kids, to have opportunities that wouldn't be available otherwise.
The biggest challenge is just participation, so finding the people to do the jobs, because there's a lot of work that goes on to even just, this is a monumental task, and it wasn't just me, there were a ton of people who did work.
Roland Park has over 300 people running this year, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're the largest charity running group ever in the history of the Baltimore Running Festival.
Great day for the city of Baltimore, great day to be a runner in the city of Baltimore. Have a great day.
Look at all the kids that are around here. This is fantastic, and the parents are all here and supportive, and it just enables us to do things that we couldn't do otherwise.
So the ways that the Annual Fund has helped me as the theater teacher and program director is they've a couple of times helped sponsor direct fundraisers for the theater program. So I've been able to get lighting equipment, sound equipment, and other things that there's just no money for in the Baltimore City budget.
The impact sometimes is immediate, where the students are able to receive a material thing, and then you see the outcome there, or it's something a little bit more long-term, like if they're fundraising for technology.
One of the things I know last year's big project was renovating the amphitheater, which is out front. So now we have this beautiful lush green hillside that students are able to go and have outdoor classroom experiences. We've had new playgrounds installed. We've had the blacktop renovated. So we've had a lot of things outside. We've also had tech come into the school that has allowed us to really give the best to our kids. It affords them opportunities that wouldn't be there, I think, without them. Like, we have to kind of make ends meet first and foremost with that budget. And when that runs out, things like making sure there's a nice playground and making sure that there are coaches to ensure that students are safe and teachers can actually have a chance to run to the bathroom, make copies, or set up for that next great lesson. All of those pieces, I think, would be missing and put that extra strain on our kids and on teachers without those extra financial resources to make it go a little bit further and have a little bit more.
You know, teachers sometimes get bogged down, often get bogged down in the day-to-day, just, you know, managing kids and managing the curriculum and doing our work, and that we don't always say thank you to the parents for being here and for being amazing, and, you know, maybe sometimes we take it for granted. So my thought would be to say thanks to the annual fund, because you help make Roland Park a really special place.